In this interview, Nigerian artist Tope Oshin discusses her latest film, Up North, what drives her work, and what she hopes art in the African diaspora accomplishes. I know this must be exhausting for you. I know if you can't wait to go back.
Not really.
No?
Yeah, I'm going to rest
Okay.
in Houston for a few days
Okay.
and then get back to Madras.
Where are you from in Nigeria?
Lagos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you Yoruba? Tope is Yoruba.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, no, but you have the Igbo swag, so I'm like,
I know a lot of people just assume I'm Igbo.
Yeah. Okay. I won't mention it again. But anytime you want to be Igbo, please, I'll claim you. We won't say anything. We'll
Anyhow,
give you Choma, your Choma, my love. But, that's cool. So first I want to ask you, what drives your work?
So for me, the first thing that drives my work is change. I like to effect change in the lives of people. So beyond entertainment, I want the situation where you see a story I've created, a story I've directed, and from the beginning to the end of the film, it's shifted something in you. Something changes. Either you recognize yourself, or you see an opportunity for change, or you get inspired. Find an answer to a question. So for me, that's what drives me: the ability for art to inspire change in my audience or people. And to a large extent, this also informs the kind of projects that I choose to direct or that I create to produce.
Okay, so I did a little bit of research for on you, and like your story is kind of unorthodox in the way that you actively like pursued film. Most Africans are kind of like, well, I studied medicine and I studied like physics, but now I'm like a musician or like artist. So like, what does cinema mean to you in the African diaspora? Like what does it mean to you?
Okay, so cinema and art in general is, in my belief, universal, and art should connect with any human anywhere in the world, and that's the level that I hope, work towards, getting my artwork to, where it connects with anybody anywhere in the world, because when it comes down to it, we're all human, and the one thing that connects everybody is humanity. So to a great extent, that element has to be present in anything I direct or anything I produce. Little things that connect us. Is it love? Is it survival? Whatever it is, we're connected. So art is universal. It has to connect. That's the first thing for me, irrespective of language barriers. Like someone mentioned earlier, we all watched Roma and we all connected with it because it was a simple human story. It's what happens everywhere. It's what we can relate with. So irrespective of the language barrier, you follow, you empathize, you put yourself in that situation. You see yourself there, and that's the first thing that art should do, because art is all around us.
As a creative, what would you like to see from art?
As a creative, I'll want for every art to touch every soul. Let there be something in there. If you're not looking to change the world, that's fine. If it only brings a smile to someone's day, someone having a bad day, and your art is entertaining, or it gives them hope, or just offer a beauty or solace or something. So art everywhere in the world should offer something. Either it's joy or peace, or art needs to offer something. Art, it doesn't just stand for reason of being itself, but every art should inspire and should do something to the human.
Yeah. So sorry. Okay.
I have a guest.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Miss Tolibumi, sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. In what ways do you wish to amplify Africa with your work? I know my question sounds really repetitive, but you mentioned change. You mentioned making people, as long as it evokes some type of emotion, as long as you feel something when you leave the cinema or you view the art. How important, or how does your culture you being from Lagos, you being Yoruba, how does that impact your work? Because although it's we want our art to be universal, we also have to consider like our individuality within that and where we come from, right?
Yeah. So in terms of representing where I'm from, the people that I am, my Africanness, my Nigerianness, my Yoruba-ness. It's also a big thing for me to represent the authenticity within the stories. So I'm Yoruba in Nigeria, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I only direct or represent the Yoruba culture, in everything I do. Up north, for instance, it's very much the Hausa story. And that's not where I'm from, but it's still authentically Nigerian. And it was important for me, to represent the Hausa culture in the tiniest detail, the mannerism, the romance, the culture, basically show how we're different, from every other part of the world. And I think that's how we export culture, just to show how diverse we are, but still how humanity connects everybody. So it's very important for me to properly represent culture and to sort of have a showcase of that in anything I do, whatever it is, either in character or in wardrobe or mannerism or in speech or something, just something that authentically grounds the story in Africa, in Nigeria, in something that someone out here hasn't seen before or is not familiar with or hasn't had the opportunity to travel to Nigeria or meet a Nigerian, whatever. But that connects you to it, that gives you some information and helps you to appreciate other people.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.